Hello and welcome back, everyone. After the nice long holiday break, this is our season 2 premiere. You're moving the table and you're making the camera blurry. This is our season 2 premiere for this year, and I'm your host, Stacey Lee.
I'm Gary Lee.
And we're so glad everybody's here. Let's see who's in the comments. No comments yet. But we have a little bit of housework to get over and then to bring in our guests. So let's talk a little bit about our sponsors and such. So we are the Rustic Spirit Podcast. You can find us live on Thursday nights at 8:30, but you can also find us on Spotify, YouTube. We are live on YouTube right now as well, and on iHeartRadio. And there are some other places, but I've been having some issues uploading to Apple Music and Amazon, so I don't know what's going on there, whether you can find me there or not, but you can check it out and see if I'm there. And one of our sponsors is the Doss House. It's Unique Paranormal 1.5, and they have the Doss House. They are doing a festival in June called Creepin' It Real. That is going to have some amazing speakers, vendors. It is going to be an awesome little event in Loretto, Pennsylvania. The Doss House is in Loretto, Pennsylvania, and it's a cozy place to investigate this winter. It has heat and a bathroom, so you guys need to go check it out. During our break, you will see the video of the Doss House. This is the Creepin' It Real Festival. These are our special guests that we have. Patty, I never say her name correctly, and I'm going to destroy it, Patty. I'm so sorry, but I think it's Negri. I think that's right. And then we have Santiago Zarillo and Beth O'Brien, myself, our guest, Laurissa, and also Ernie Atwell as our special guest. So who we have in the comments here? We have Anna. Hi, Anna. Happy New Year. Sadie, so glad you came back to see us. Sadie, I miss you. I hope to get to see you soon. Susan, we're still here. I know Susan had some issues with her Facebook earlier, and she lost a bunch of contacts, and our people were, I don't know what happened, but it was, not fun. Danielle, this is Danielle. Hello. This is one of the lead members, creators of Unique Paranormal and the owner of the Doss House. Jeff, he is our next sponsor. You will see his literally the next slide, Jeff. I'm going to go right there since I have you. Strongstown, PA. This is our, also one of our other sponsors, who is Shauna and Danielle as well. They have, what you saw in our intro video, all those little puppies, these Frenchies. There is 6 more to go. But then our next sponsor is the Maine Paranormal and Horror Convention, and that is Jeff, who you see here in the comments. Him and his wife have created this event in Augusta, Maine, on September 6th and 7th of this year. There is lots and lots of horror and paranormal, more horror celebrities that you can go and meet and greet and get autographs and get pictures with. It is a place that you need to go. Again, our guest is also going to be there at that event, and they are looking for vendors. So all you need to do is come down here to that QR code and scan it, and you can get in there as a vendor. I think Jeff left the link in the comments, so please go over to the comments. And these are the prices for the vendor booths. Please go out and check them out. I think they still have some room for vendors. I don't know how much is left. So I think that is our last slide. Yes, and we are back in the big screen. Jen Jacobs is here. Oh, hold on. I hit the wrong comment. Jen Jacobs is here. Shauna Rigsby is here. She is the other owner of the Doss House and creator of Unique Paranormal in the name of her mother, Holly. Cheryl, she is another member of Unique Paranormal. And Jeff says he only has 15 to 20 spots left. 15 to 20 spots left. And I know they had like 175. So the event is until September, and the spots are almost out. So please if you want a spot at vending here, you need to probably do it within the next couple of weeks. Because now everybody's getting tax returns and starting to do that and having some money to spend on these events. So definitely go check that out. Okay, so our guest tonight, Laurissa, she is just this wonderful ball of energy, and I'm so happy. And I'm not going to give her an intro because I want her to introduce herself. Out of 150 vendors. Oh, love your sweatshirt, Gary. I know we need some unique paranormal gear.
Thank you,
Danielle. I need to get some from you. Oh no, wait, that's Maureen. Sorry, I thought that was Danielle. Danielle said, "Hey, the pink group's in the house. The pink group is in the house. Yes, definitely. We got Meredith always smiling. Hello." So without further ado, I'm going to bring Laurissa Rex on. She is creator of Third Eye Productions and a lot more. So I'm going to bring her on so she can introduce herself too. Hi, Laurissa.
How you doing, Laurissa?
Hi, guys.
Hi. I know you're having some internet issues, so if you cut in and out, we understand.
I don't know if you can. Hi, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, I Beth and Shauna, of course, Maureen, Jen. I missed anybody else, but if I did, just hello to all of you. Sadie, Danielle,
you haven't actually
Anna.
got a chance to meet Sadie yet, have you? In person?
No.
Oh, you're gonna love her. You're gonna love her. She is amazing. She really is. You'll meet her when you come to Loretto, up to Loretto.
Yes, I am. I'm very excited for that Patty's flyer made it to the flyer.
That's literally what I was doing.
Yes.
I was doing that right before, like, when you came on stage, and I said, "Hold on." I was like trying to get the slides together so I can have it up because, like I told you, I literally just got off work.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm excited for Santi. I'm excited for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And Doss House is a great event. I mean, heard awesome things about it. I know that Shauna I call them terror puppies because they're so adorable when they're little. In my opinion, terrorists. Okay. And I don't care what anybody says. That's my opinion.
But they make you laugh, terrorist. Like they are.
They are. You were on the phone with me the other night. Okay. And Shauna, if you're wondering, okay, not a fan of the dog poopy, right?
There's lots of poopy. There is lots of poopy. And like literally one graffitied it to the wall. But that's what Frenchies do. It did. Like he's up against the wall.
So
it just
cute.
Goes.
Stop. It did. Try to give me a puppy. I will. No.
Yeah, because I mean, Frenchies are assholes, but they're fun assholes.
So freaking cute. But right? Like everything's an adorable baby. And then like, look what they.
I know. Look what they turned
grow up.
into.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
I will, I guess, introduce myself.
That's what I was gonna say. You are cutting in and out a lot, so like we hear every couple words, but it does eventually come through.
Do you want me to go off and try and fix my internet and come back on? I can do that.
That's up to you, whatever you think, because it is. We are having a hard time hearing you right now.
Be backstage. Let me try and fix the internet because it's very choppy here. We've got wind, so let me fix it.
We do too.
Okay, so guys, she's gonna try to fix her internet. We're gonna jump on here. Are we okay? Like, I want to make sure it's not us. Like, my internet, I got full bars. We actually moved our location up here into our bedroom where we do podcasts because our internet is better up here. Because the little thing, the little box that gives you internet is like right over there. So let me know if my connection or is it just Laurissa? Because I don't want to like call her out if it's us. So, okay, we are good. Okay. So, all right. Shauna says, gremlins, we like to call them. Don't feed them after midnight. Yes, they are. And like literally, oh my goodness, we were at Shauna's house. Was it last weekend or weekend before last? And Gary's like taking a nap because we like investigated until, actually, no, it wasn't the weekend. It was New Year's Eve. And we investigated till like 4 a.m. and then took us an hour to get home because of the snow. So he like the next day was just laying on the couch. Like he's like, I gotta take a nap because I know we're gonna be up late, like going through this evidence. So he's laying on the couch, sound asleep. He'd been asleep for like 4 hours on the couch, and we're all downstairs like shooting the shit. And we let Archie out, and Archie comes running to the couch and literally like catapults. Like, I don't know how he did it. He's got springs in his feet and he catapults up and lands right on Gary's chest as he's sleeping. How did that feel?
I don't know. It just woke me up.
It had to have been like painful
No,
because he's not a small puppy.
no, it didn't hurt.
Not at all.
But, he's cool.
All right, who else do we have here in the chat while we're waiting for her to get back on? So I see Shauna saying, hey, Russ. So Russ must be here somewhere. Russ runs a awesome podcast on Monday nights, Compass of Curiosities. You need to check him out as well. Sean, I'd like it. You should talk to Russ. Maybe you guys can get on there and get your location out there a little more. Jenny is here, another podcaster. She runs Unturned Pages. So wait, now we got all the podcasters coming on. Hold on. She runs Unturned Pages, and she goes on Sunday nights, live on Facebook and YouTube. And then we have Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Kevin and Steve. And there's a third of you, Kevin, Steve, and Andrew. And Andrew, darling, run a podcast, and they do on Wednesday night. So we're just going to take over all the nights. Like we got Sunday, Monday. I used to be Tuesday, but because of Gary's work schedule, we do Thursdays now because he's off most Fridays. And then Kevin does Wednesdays. So check out all their podcasts. Guys, if you want to leave a comment or link in the comments about the podcast, about your podcast, so people can come and follow you, that would be great. So while we're waiting for her, yeah, Jenny says Andrew, while we're waiting for her. So we did New Year's Eve investigate the Doss house. What was the biggest thing that happened to you that night? What do you remember from that night?
Well, when I snuck upstairs before we started investigating,
Mm-hmm.
and then I heard something in the one room.
You heard like the upstairs bedroom?
Yeah, I was up the stairs.
Okay. What did you hear? You just heard like knocking or
like something moving around.
Yeah. It was very active that night. Like there was a lot we picked up on. certain areas more than others. The living room was definitely very active. And then we had when we went upstairs, Shauna went under S's. Oh, I can't say words. That's just who I am. And she went under, and I was recording, and she literally says alarm, and like about a minute or two later, a car alarm goes off outside, and it was just I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, it was quicker than that. It
wasn't even like a minute. It was probably like 30 seconds.
If that, it was like
we have it all on
12 seconds maybe.
Yeah, we have it all on video. Yeah. And then like I think that was my biggest, like that whole time when we were upstairs, like that was a lot of strong energy. But then downstairs we got they have a doctor's bag in there, and then because I don't know if you guys know that barbers used to be doctors. Is that correct me if I'm wrong, guys in it that know more history about the Doll's House than I do? Wasn't there something like back in the day, like barbers or dentists? Barbers used to be dentists, or were they doctors? Or like they did both at some point
know what you're talking about. In
history. Yes, Sean is saying yes. Like they did both. So there's a doctor's bag in there as a like a trigger object, and we put a K2 in like, you know how the doctor's bags, the old doctor's bags, they kind of close. So they put it in there, so it was kind of like standing up like this,
in between the two handles.
Like put your hands up like this, ready? And no, you just hold them like that. So they put it like this. In between the two things. And it literally just flew out. It just flew out. We got it on video, but right before it happened, the video went blurry. So all you see is this green light going like this. It's like, okay. So it said doctors, dentists, barbers, all of it. So yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they were all kind of like it, like the history of it, like more of that historical, like Susan says they would care for your hair and your hemorrhoids. I wonder, is that where, like, one of my favorite movies is I can't even think of the name of it. The Barber Who Killed People. Johnny Depp. Come on, guys. What is that movie? I don't remember.
You gotta think Johnny Depp. I think you're imagining things.
No, I'm going to look it up. Johnny. Oh, hold on. What am I doing here? Johnny Depp. Barber movie. Sweeney Todd. That was it. Yeah, Sweeney Todd. Everybody's saying Sweeney Todd at the same time as I was looking it up. And then someone saying The Barber of Fleet Street. Was that another movie? I think it was based on a true story. We still do not have our guest back on yet. I'm hoping everything is okay. I wonder if I should check my phone and see if she texts me. I know the internet was super bad. Okay. Yeah. So, what else, like, about the Doll's House do you think was probably one of your biggest things?
Recently, or
like on New Year's Eve, or recently? We've only been there a few times.
I think them two there were probably. We had the meter coming out of the bag, the alarm. What I heard. I think they were some of the spotlights of the night. Oh.
Okay. I'm texting Laurissa right now to see what's going on. Because I didn't have anything prepared if she doesn't come back on. So we will find something to talk about. Correct? I've had a very long day at work. Very long week. I didn't sleep very well last night. I don't know if you guys saw my post, but it was like I kept waking up like startling awake every 30 minutes, half an hour, every hour.
I don't know. I was sleeping.
You were out, but I kept startling awake. I'd like jump up awake, and then it took me a while to go back to sleep, and then jump up awake and back to sleep. It was pretty intense. Yeah, the car alarm. Brittany says the car alarm was Shauna. Saying alarm under Etstas, and then now you have a little priest song. Now you have the little priest song stuck in my head. Dowsing rods. Yes, in the barbershop. There is a barbershop in the Doll's house, and in the barbershop, Danielle had her dowsing rods, and they are the newer dowsing rods, and they're like I don't know, EMF or something, like they light up. All I know is they light up, and they were like, I've never seen dowsing rods do this. Like they were going back and forth, like swaying back and forth, like almost like it was looking for something. So finally, I think it was Cheryl that picked up on it, that was like, oh, I think it's looking for someone to talk to. So we had to ask the dowsing rods, do you have a message for someone? And it did. And of course it went to me, and I'm not going to share exactly what happened, but it was a pretty intense emotional moment for me. That came up through that. So we have Laurissa back. We were going to join her, or have her join back in. Hello.
That was fun.
What happened?
I don't know. The spirits, my life, 2025, pick something. What happened?
Did you go to a different room?
No, I'm in the same room.
No.
I switched from the main computer to the laptop. Same internet.
Yeah, everything's fine now. You look more clear and everything.
I don't understand. Whatever. I'm not gonna mess with it, right? Where was I, guys? Do I look pale?
You were just getting ready to tell us
about yourself.
About myself.
I didn't even get to put makeup on, so don't even. You look beautiful. You don't look pale.
I appreciate you, but I often look vampiric.
I know, but that is your mystique. It's mysterious. It's. I like.
I'm
the look.
Italian. I shouldn't look vampiric. It's not healthy. Okay, so I am the CEO of Third Eye Event Productions, an event production company located in the northeastern part of the United States, in Pennsylvania, right? That's where we're from. But we operate all over, some places in the Midwest, some places all the way up to New England, even down to the South. Haven't quite gotten out to the West Coast yet, but we'll get there. Been in operation. Yeah, we're getting there. Been in operation since September of 2022. Also the founder of the Haunted Mafia. Now, the Haunted Mafia has had two other names before that. I'm a Gemini. I know you like astrology. I can't seem to stick with a name. I think Haunted Mafia is going to stick, though, because it's just such a catchy thing, right? So we were PARA, Palmerton Area Research Alliance, and we rebranded. Actually, we didn't really rebrand. There's kind of a backstory there. Haunted Mafia was supposed to be like another company that we started with two other partners to do different events, but it kind of didn't take off and go anywhere. So we took the name The Haunted Mafia because everybody freaking loved it. Everybody loved it. Something about the mafia just appeals to people. So,
and you're Italian, so.
And I'm Italian, and my roots, we can get into that another time, but it all fit. Yeah. So we maybe later, Stacey, but it fit.
Well, I know that story, but we don't have to.
The story. They can know the story. I don't care if they know the story. But so we decided to kind of nix PARA because it was a little confusing, and we just said, you know what, we'll just do the Haunted Mafia. So now the Haunted Mafia is the host team for our events at Third Eye Event Productions. And there's 9 of us.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And there's 9 of us. So we're not really a mafia. A mafia 9 does not make. But why not? But we we've been in operation since August of 2020 as a team. And we go all over the country. Like, we go everywhere. I am a natural born psychic medium. Which just means I was born this way. And I've never been in formal training. I took a class here and there, but that was later in life after I joined the paranormal community. Before that, I kind of just trained myself, really. It's all kind of inherent knowledge, right? When you're born that way, you just know, right?
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about that. And then I am a retired Army officer. Okay, Gaga. Why is she calling me Gaga? I'm done with her.
Okay, Gaga.
Is she talking to
She
me?
might be. I don't know. Shauna is a character, and I love her to death. And
I know, I
she
love her
tells it
too.
like it is. Yeah,
I love her too. I do. I really do. Stop it, Shauna. All right.
She's laughing to herself right now. I can see her laughing to herself right now.
I believe it.
Oh, born this way, because you said born this way.
Oh, done. Okay. I hear you. All right. All right. You were born that way. Stop it, Danielle. All right.
They're making music references.
I know, right? So, other than that, so retired Army officer. I served from 1998 to 2015, and then I retired and came up to. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. So that should really clear it up for a few of you. Sorry, Stacey, had to throw it in there.
No, Jen's saying she's Mafia Gaga.
Oh, stop it, Jen. Yeah,
that's your new name. That's your new name.
Mafia Gaga might as well be, right? How about I just
don't
be
wear a meat suit, please?
Stop it. I want to be Paragaga. I want to be Paragaga.
I'm Parapist, and you're Paragaga.
Why not? Why not?
Okay.
It's perfect. So I retired from the military in I retired in 2015, but I didn't relocate till 2017 when the Augusta Circuit allowed me to leave. That's not because I was in jail or anything. It's just when you have children and you share custody, it can feel that way sometimes. Yeah. So I was finally able to escape that state and come back home to the Northeast.
Augusta, Georgia.
Right. I was in Augusta, Georgia. My last duty station. No, my last duty station was Augusta, Georgia. And my first born children are from my first marriage. So custody agreement. I was kind of stuck down there, and I had to beg and plead with the Southern powers that be and basically show them that my Gaga self did not belong in the South. And they released me and allowed me to come back home. So I've been here since 2017. And basically 2020, I started the paranormal stuff. But so that's kind of my background. I have an MBA, I have an MA in legal studies, international business law. Like, I'm a German linguist. I was special operations. I was signal. Like, I have a background in IT. That's everything you need to know. There's nothing else. So the show's over.
That's it. That's it. Everybody's good. Everybody can go home. See you later. Yeah. No, it fascinates me. Like, I always wanted to go in the military, but I used the excuse of my mother being sick and why I didn't go and enlist. Of course, I was going to enlist in the Coast Guard, which, I wanted to go save like the ducks. This was in the 90s. I wanted to save the ducks and the animals from the oil spills.
Listen, I'm with you, girl.
I was scared. Like, you have so much more strength than I do. I know in a lot of our conversations we've had, you have so much more strength than I do. With like, that takes a lot of courage and strength just to even go in to the service.
I that's very flattering, but you have strength in your own way, right? We're all different. And I just wanted out. Like, I just wanted out of Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. There's 3 things for a middle-class Italian girl in Brooklyn in the 90s, born in the 80s. Okay. There's 3 things.
Yeah.
1, I was marrying somebody who was connected, whether they sold shoes that fell off a truck or something else. That was number 1. That ain't the life for me. I'm not exactly obedient. Ask Alan. The second option was taking over the family business. See, option 1, that doesn't happen for females. Option 2 is working at a pizzeria. Like, no, that wasn't going to happen. And then, option 3 was really going into New York City and making my way. And honestly, growing up in the city, I wanted to see the world. Like, I needed out. So.
And all I was trying to do when I was your age, when I was younger at that age, was get to New York City.
See? I never appreciated it, Stacey. I never appreciated New York City when I was there. And I really wish that I had, because my family they've been there since the late 1800s. And they're not, I mean, they are, some of them are still there now, but I digress.
Yeah.
I left at 17, like I was 17 years old, and I was like signing my life away to the recruiter, send me to South Carolina. What's in South Carolina? Like, I got there like, what? No.
So probably our families back in the day, back in like the early 1900s, probably did not get along because I'm Irish. Know that story between the Irish and the Italians in New York City. Like,
they had bigger fish to fry. Get out of here. They got along. I don't know. Maybe not. Right. My dad's
we're
side
mainly from Baltimore, so.
Oh yeah, so no, you're good. My dad's side were carnies and different people. My mom's side were building bridges and the infrastructure of New York City. So like, it's 2 different kinds of people there. So I don't know, but the country was built on the backs of the immigrants, right? The Italians, the Irish, the Jewish, like that's what it was.
Yeah, it was. And a little bit of the Scottish.
And a little bit of the Scottish, right? So we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these people.
Absolutely. So what made you go into the military? Like, we're going to start there. So,
so like I said, I had those, I didn't come from like money. I didn't. But I had 4 brothers. 2 have since been deceased. But one died when I was 15. And I don't come from, and I talk openly about this, I don't come from a great, family background. My dad was in the mafia. And anybody can look him up. And he was part of a prominent family. And, I spent a lot of my younger years going to visit him in the prison system. And I just wanted more for myself. I wanted more for myself than what my mother had. Honestly, that's what I didn't want to be, an obedient housewife who put dinner on the table at 5 p.m. and possibly had to go visit you in jail if you got into trouble. It just wasn't for me.
Yep. Exactly. So I'm glad that you made that better choice in your life. And it seems like you continue to make those choices. You were very, from what I know, you were very goal driven. If you see something, and I'm sure this is probably to your demise at sometimes too. You see something you want, there's blinders on, and you're going for it.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, everything I've ever said I was going to do, I did. But I have my limits. I'm also, like I said earlier, a Gemini. We start a lot of things we don't finish.
I wonder if I have Gemini somewhere in my chart, because I get that way too. In certain things. I get bored, and I like change. I like things to change. I get bored. I rearrange my furniture all the time.
Then you have Gemini in your chart, because it's killing me. I just
did my chart.
Yeah.
I know.
You did. You just did it.
So I know I had to come up here because I'm like, okay, this isn't right. Let's find the right one. So when did you know, when did your first interest in paranormal? I know you said you're a born psychic medium. So I'm assuming, just like me, you started having experiences when you were younger. Is that when you got into the paranormal too? Tell me about that first experience, that you remember being a psychic medium.
So this is odd, and a lot of people don't really buy it, but I ain't selling it. It is what it is. I was probably between 1.5 and 2 years old. And I just remember a man that was in my, I guess what you would call a nursery in Brooklyn. I was in a crib. It's spotty. I was in a crib. And I remember him coaxing me out of the crib.
Getting you out of the crib.
I remember him coaxing me out of it. And
Okay.
I remember climbing out of the crib. I remember falling out of the crib, and I remember banging on the nursery door. Like, I call it a nursery, but I'm sure it was just a room that my mother put a crib in. But
Yeah.
I remember banging on the door, and the door fell on top of me. A big heavy wooden door fell on me. And that's like my first real memory of a paranormal encounter. But I didn't know that, right? I didn't know that.
Mhm.
And then growing up, like maybe my mom actually never had any experiences ever. None. Like, this gift does not come from her side. But when
Okay.
she was pregnant with me, she had a lot of experiences through her pregnancy. People touching her in the apartment, especially her stomach, especially her back. She'd be washing dishes and feel a finger down her back. She would hear moaning in the walls, like, and she was very creeped out in that apartment. And that's the apartment that I was born in. So I don't know. But then growing up, we lived in this one house, and there were these two spirits in that house. The way that I remember them presenting themselves to me and what they probably were, two different things. I was afraid of them. I was very afraid of them. But they looked like these two white, misty, like just misty things that were humanoid looking, but kind of like mermaids that floated. But I was afraid of that. I was afraid
Yeah.
of it. I don't think that they were friendly. I got locked in my closet from them. I remember being asked to go into the closet in my brother's nursery, my younger brother, and I went into his closet, and his closet was sliding doors. So you shouldn't be locked in sliding doors. Like, you shouldn't. And he had like all
No.
stuffed animals on the floor in there. And I remember sitting on the floor, and I remember them asking me questions. Who are you? Where are you from? And I was like just terrified. But I had gotten out of bed in the middle of the night because I heard my mother calling my name, and walked into the closet thinking that's where I was going. So most people would think that that is just a little kid's imagination, right? So I tell my mom this. Eventually, I wake up in the closet. I open the closet door. I go back to my bed. Next morning, I tell my mom this. She's like, it's just a bad dream. So when you're growing up, you start to think, am I dreaming this? Is this real? But the older I got, the more I was able to separate fantasy from reality. And it was very clear that I really was communicating with other things. And that's when my mother finally, probably around 9 or 10, she was like, enough, just enough. I don't want to hear about
Nope, we're
it.
not doing this.
Right. Right.
So when you got coached to the closet, they asked you who you were and where you were going,
Where I was from, why I was
where you were
there.
from.
I was so little, Gary. My brother was in a crib, and I'm 2.5 years older than him. So
Was it aliens?
no, it was not aliens. There were no drones. No. It was, I couldn't have been more than 5. We moved out of there when I was 6. And then we moved into an absolutely horrific house that was so haunted. All I did was sleepwalk and scare the shit out of my mother and say
Oh my
things to
goodness.
her, and just, yeah. So by the time I was 17, I kind of was ready to go anyway, because nobody was really like paying much attention, and everybody was just like, just, you don't know what you're saying. But I know that my mom did really believe
Jen
it.
thought the same thing as me. She thought aliens too. Like that story you said sounds like abduction.
Why would they
That
ask?
doesn't sound like.
Why would they ask who are you, and why would they would already know if they're spirits? So I don't know. Maybe
they were
that
spirits.
closet. Maybe that closet could have been their gateway, their porthole. Maybe I don't know.
I'm checking you next time for devices in your body to see if you.
No, I know they were spirits because there were a couple of other things that happened in that house. Just lots of stuff happened. And my name got called a lot. The truck in my brother's room would fly off of the end, like toy chest at the end of their bed. And my 3 older brothers, they shared a bed. They didn't live with us, but they would come and visit, and they would be terrified to go to sleep. And they'd go in there, and I'd be in my room because me and my little brother, my parents were married, and then my older brothers would come and visit, and they'd be laying in their bed and the truck would fly off of the thing and you'd hear them scream, and so we knew it's not aliens, it was spirits.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of activity in there. But I left there when I was 6 and then moved to another house. And then that house was absolute hell on earth for me. It was constant. Like I just had constant things. But the person of all people, like really to comfort me, was my father. Like he wasn't a comforting human really at all. But when it came to things like that, I remember waking up screaming and having nightmares, and I would sleepwalk, and my mother was so afraid, but my father would be the one who would pick me up wherever I was posted in my sleep. Like seriously, it was like a horror show. And he would pick me up and put me back to bed, and he gave me a rosary, and he would teach me, he would tell me things to say. But he came from his mother is my grandmother is where I get, she was a carny.
I was going to ask that because I feel like she had some of this gift and she was trying to like get it from you, get it like kind of almost train you from the other side. But
now she died.
Did your family have, did your family ever have any, maybe it was somebody else then, but did your family ever have any connection to like exorcism, stuff like that? Obviously, you said rosary, so there might be some Catholicism there. I didn't know if you know any of that.
No, my family didn't have a connection to exorcisms, but I had a very, very serious experience that I've only really ever shared with a handful of people. And I would say I probably was going through a pretty serious attack. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not a demonologist. I don't know what else to call it, but stuff was happening and it was ramping up. And it was before the paranormal. It was 2017. It was a dark time in my life. I was going through a lot. I just moved here and I just got out of the military. What was that?
Sorry. I'm trying to like put it on my phone and I thought my sound was down. Sorry.
No,
that was you.
I was like, that's weird. I hear me. But I'm sorry, I was reading a comment. But I ended up going through some stuff and it ended up in a pretty serious attack. And it ended up in my uncle, who was a reverend, kind of interceding in that. Okay. So I wasn't possessed.
And what year was this in?
2018. Sorry, 2018.
Okay.
Who said Santiago Cirillo?
I tagged him. I was like, he came to mind as you were talking about this. I'm like, for some reason I need to tag him. That was the whole thing I was doing on my phone. I have no idea like why I need to tag him, but yeah. So that's hard because I know I went through it too. Like it's hard growing up. And my grandmother died when I was 11, so I didn't have that support because she was also passed it down to me. It was hard to grow up like that because did you ever think you were going crazy at some point?
Constantly.
Mm-hmm.
But you know when I knew I wasn't crazy? When I would say something and it would be validated. Mm-hmm. I would say it and my mom would be like, it's nonsense. That's nonsense. That's not real. It's your imagination. And then I would hear her on the phone with my aunt. Oh my God, how did she know that? Oh my God. Should I
So your mom might have been scared of it.
My mom was very afraid. My mom was afraid. Okay. She was. But I will say later in life, my mom did embrace it. Mostly because I started to just tell her like, this person's here and they have this to say or, whatever. And then she would smell perfume or something. And she would be like, oh my, like, it would just be like, that's not possible. Like, how can you make a smell come? So like stuff like that would kind of change my mom. And then my brother died. My brother died in 2012. And
sorry.
Thank you. He actually was my second brother to die. The first one died when I was 15, but my younger brother died in 2012. And when we moved up here in 2017, by 2020, we made the paranormal team. And my mom had a lot of experiences with the paranormal team. She did a few investigations with us, which changed her.
cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then she had a horrific experience where she was so terrified, and then she was done. So she's a believer now.
But still
yeah.
scared of it.
Yeah.
I think she was always a believer, which is very scary.
She was always a believer, but my great grandmother was an immigrant. She
Okay.
barely spoke English. And the big thing with them was, and she went to church constantly. We were raised Catholic. And it was, the church was on the corner. The Catholic church was right there on the corner. Okay. She took herself up to that church every day for mass. So my grandmother, who was her oldest and her, obviously her daughter, they were all very active in the Catholic Church, and I was even raised actively in the Catholic Church. So my great grandmother's presence was in my life till she got sick when I was 12. So it was very constantly with the spirits are evil. In Italian she'd say it like broken English. The only spirits that can be on earth are Jesus, right? So anything else that you're dealing with it's not good.
Yeah.
So if I was talking to anything, I was consorting with the devil. So in their eyes.
Yeah. That's and that's a lot that belief was very common back in the 80s and 90s and even early 2000s. Like even today, like it's starting to come more over, but yeah, that belief is still there that if we're talking to spirits, then they're not good spirits. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, if that were the case, I think everybody would be possessed.
Yeah.
At this point, we don't have problems, like, right?
Wait a second. Are we all possessed?
Are we? I don't know.
Are we all just brains in a jar?
Maybe it's the Matrix. Maybe it's not real.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder that too. So that led you into, like, when you came back, I guess, this is your surprise. Are you ready for your surprise?
Lord Almighty, if it's a puppy, Stacey, we are not friends.
It's two of them.
I swear. Oh, it's my buddy. Okay, it's the gnome in my home. You always put a smile on my face.
Hello.
And I was actually just getting ready to talk about David and what has happened and kind of give my condolences just as he like popped on and was like, yeah, like Brandon, thank you.
I show up when I'm needed, I guess.
You really
You're
do.
better than a puppy.
Because I'm potty trained from the.
No, I was just gonna say you're not trainable though.
No.
At least for the potty, he is.
Whoever said Marines are trainable is full of shit.
We're not at all.
So Brandon is also a veteran. You were the Marines, right, Brandon?
Yep.
Okay.
Stop that shit right now. Just stop.
So we're gonna have some Marine and Army conflict going on. No, you guys are actually very good friends. I know the first time I met you, Laurissa, you're like, here, you introduced me to Brandon as, this is the gnome in my home.
Right? He's the gnome in my home. Always will be. And I have Dave in my cave.
Childers is that what you Dave in your cave?
That's right. That's right.
But Childers is Dave in the cave because Dave Taylor would not have anything to do with a dark corner of anything. He was a princess. Okay. He needed.
I know we talked a little. Yeah.
All right. Like he was not. You could not put baby in a corner. Okay. You could put the gnome in a corner or Dave in the cave in a corner, but not Taylor.
Can't put princess in the corner. No.
Hi, Bob. Bob Christopher is on. Nice to see you. And I think Alan, hubby's here. Oh, your boyfriend's here, Gary.
Get out of here, you people.
I'm right here.
Right. For those of you that are on that might not know, one of our good friends, actually you guys are way good friend, more like he was more of an acquaintance of mine, a good friend of the two on here. David Taylor had passed away. What has it been? A week now? Maybe a little, not
6
quite
days.
a week yet.
6, yeah.
days. He had done his podcast, and done his podcast that night, and then passed away in his sleep of a heart attack. I believe that's what it was, right? A heart attack.
Yes.
So I know that's been very hard for a lot of people to think of him as not here anymore. I know I was in shock. I don't know. I still can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah, it was quite shocking. I got a phone call from Laurissa at like 8:30 in the morning, and she's never called me at 8:30 in the morning except to ask me why I was late to her Paracon. That's the only time she's ever called me early. So I had to answer it, but I'm like, oh, maybe it's nothing. I was like, hey, I'm at brunch with the wife, but I could hear it. I heard it in her voice. And I'm like, shit, let me step outside. And as soon as she said it, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Like, I just talked to the dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just out of nowhere. And those the deaths that just come out of nowhere are the shocking, really, really shocking ones where I guess it takes a little bit longer to get back centered. But I mean, my God, he was a wonderful man. Laurissa talked to him like every day. You want to give some funny stuff about Dave?
Oh my God, I can't with that man. First off, the hardest thing, I know everybody loved Dave, and I absolutely, he touched so many lives, and he really was in a lot of circles. I didn't know he talked to more people than me. I swear I didn't, because there's not that many hours in a day.
Right.
There's just not. And he was on the phone with me constantly. He would, hey guys, hello everyone. He would call me up and he'd be like, hey, guess what? Hey, guess what? And I'd be like, Dave, I gotta go. I'll call you back. Hey, guess what? Hey, are you gonna be it's like it was like all the time. And it was to the point where I got in my car today, and I've driven my car twice since he passed. Okay, don't get me wrong. But for some reason, my dash changed. Like, I have one of those space cars, and I don't even know how to operate.
Yes, she does. Yes,
I do. I don't even know how to operate a space car. Okay, I do. But for some reason, the mechanical screen changed from my media, where I can see what shitty music I have is on, to my phone list. And I had 5 favorites saved: my husband, my daughter, Angie Moyer at Hell House, one other person, and then right under them is Dave Taylor. Those are the 5 on the screen. That's how often I would just hit Dave. Like, no matter where it was going, Dave.
I'm not on there.
Stacey,
you didn't hear my name either.
No, Brandon's not either. Like, it's just, he was all the time, like all the time. And
we go through spurts. We'll talk for like a couple weeks, and then we don't talk for a couple weeks. Yeah. So
it was every problem, everything I had, everything, whether it was about wrestling, my kids wrestling, whether it was about how I was feeling, if I was sick and vomiting, him and what he had going through, like anything and everything we talked about. So yeah, he was on speed dial, I asked him about paint, the colors of paint, like stupid shit. And
he was like your brother.
He was like a brother. My brothers are not even on my speed dial. They're not even. It was Dave Taylor. So it's just been hard, because every time something happens, and something is always happening, I want to be like, oh, I got to call Dave and tell him this shit. And it ain't Dave. It's not, and it's only been 6 days, and it's just going to be a long road.
Yep.
No, Jen, you and Maureen are not. Dave Childers is not. Like, sorry guys.
I know, Jen, we're all getting butt hurt here. Like,
I'm sorry. There's 5 spots, guys, and my kids are taking up.
I'm making a post later.
Oh, my son Michael's the other one. Dave Taylor, he took the other spot. I am sorry to say, I'm not sorry to say it though, because Jen, you work full time. Stacey, you work. Brandon, you sleep till 3 p.m. Like,
Brandon is like, you never know when he's like, he just shows up.
Yeah, it's the best. Just the best thing to do is, if you need me, think about me, and somehow I show up.
Always.
I don't know how it works, but it does.
I know you found your way to meet at Gettysburg that night, or Waynesboro.
Yeah, I
don't know how I got here.
I came all the way to Pennsylvania and pulled into the back of that house and sitting there going, this is not an Italian restaurant. Because I was supposed to meet some business associates at a Mexican restaurant in Maryland. Well, here I am in Pennsylvania, coming in through the front door of Steve and Pam's house, looking for her.
And
it's like,
and
I don't know
then
how
we
I got
thought-
here. I was supposed to be eating.
And then we thought you were somebody else.
She wanted to kill me. I'm like, yeah.
Not me.
No, but Pam
yeah.
did. Yeah.
Pam and my friends wanted to kill you. And Sadie, I think if you're still on here, I just got all 4 of those crocheted penises for Christmas because of that incident.
You're welcome, America.
I should have sent you one.
I can't even.
Yeah, look, this is how we roll. I mean, and I think it's kind of fun to laugh too, because Dave loved to laugh. David, I mean, that was his thing. Oh, he liked to have a good time. He liked zero drama, absolutely zero drama.
Yes.
Yes.
Shauna and Danielle, they were there that night. Yeah.
The way he felt about drama, my favorite thing, I can still hear him saying it. It's just gross. It's just gross.
It's
I
just
don't want to
gross.
talk about it. It's just gross.
Yeah.
Just
Let's
gross.
talk about something else. It's just gross.
I remember the first time I did Steve's event at Hanover Paracon, which we're doing at the end of the month. That is where I met Dave, and I felt very out of place. I didn't know very many people, but he took me and was like under his arm and made me feel welcome and loved, and that I should be there. And that's when I'm like, you're my friend.
Oh yeah.
You know, he was a really good person.
And see, I had a different kind of relationship with him than Laurissa. I would get those 3 a.m. Spiritual guidance phone calls. And, I was honored to be, he would call me his shaman. So I was very honored. I mean, I would get the phone calls and we would work through things. And it made me feel wonderful because he trusted me enough. He was such a wonderful, well-known man. He could reach out to anybody in the paranormal that he wanted to. And yet he decided to take time to call me, which is a blessing that I will take, with me. But on that flip side, it sucks because sometimes I have ideas for stuff that he was going through, and I want to call him and be like, hey, bro, no, can't do that.
Well, what did I tell you, Laurissa, the other day? Just call him. Just call him and leave him a message.
Well, here's why I didn't
warn the
to.
wife beforehand.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to say, because I didn't want his phone. Yeah, I didn't want his phone to go off if I'm calling it to leave him a message and her, the wife, and I just didn't want to. But it's not a bad idea if we can just get her to turn his phone off. We can just go straight to his voicemail.
Exactly, and that's, as a therapist, that's something I tell people that come to me that are suffering through grief and not suffering, going through the path of grief. That's what I tell them to do. Write a letter, make that phone call, look at the chair in front of you and pretend they're sitting there and talk to them. That's how we can make that connection to them.
I know he's around. I can feel him around. Not all the time. I know he's not here all the time, but there's been a few times I've broken down and had him. I felt he was around, but I don't want that. I don't want to do that. Some people find that comforting. To me, it just hurts. I'm not there yet. It's going to take quite more than 6 days.
Hi, John.
Hello, John. Yeah, but you know what though? The cool thing about life and death is and even quantum physics is starting to back this up. It's not the end, it's a transition.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe there's a heaven and we'll all meet back up there, or maybe there's some sort of plane of existence, but one day we're all going to meet back up with that energy. But until then, he loved us so much that we still have a part of his energy that is intertwined with ours that will always be there until it's our time to move forward. So, he's always with us.
Sorry, I'm having mic issues.
Did I?
You are?
No.
Are you okay? Do you need assistance? Sorry. That's okay.
What did you knock on the floor? What did you knock over? What is that? A crystal? A
No.
rock? No, not. Oh.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, I can't hear you.
Is it me?
Hello, can you hear me?
There we go.
Now you can hear me. Okay. That was weird. That was weird. No one touched any mic, and all of a sudden it just muted by itself. You still can't hear me.
I was just talking about the energy of David, and he did love his electronics.
And I think he's making it.
I'm not saying.
I feel that too. I think he's messing with us. It literally just went on mute, and I'm like, why is that happening?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, and there is a in lieu of flowers. I do want to put this out there. Unless Laurissa, have you already done it?
You're talking about? No, I did not. No, go ahead.
Okay, so there is a in lieu of flowers. The family is asking that people, if you want to, there's a K9s for Warriors fund. If you just want to donate to that, it's pinned to the top of my personal page, and then I'll share it out. But it's something that David loved and would have loved to have given to. So, if you want to, it's just something we think that, he would have liked. And I don't think he would have liked all the pretty smelly flowers. So.
No, definitely not. I'm still here, guys. Hold on. Give me a minute.
I'll share a story.
Replugging things in.
I'll share a story. I did not know that. I mean, obviously I learned this, but it just didn't click or dawn on me, I guess. One day I was talking to him, and I guess he was getting overwhelmed by the topic at hand, which was drama. It was drama. We were talking about, he was with me though. Like, we were at my house and we were drinking martinis, and he was enormous. He was like 6'5", like enormous dude.
Yeah. Huge.
7, like huge.
Yeah.
And he's like standing there and he's like, this is just so gross. And I, like, that was his word. And I was like, I know. Right. And then he just took his shoes off and walked off my deck onto the grass. And I was like, what are you doing?
He listened.
I'm grounding, man. I'm grounding.
That's a Brandon thing.
He listens.
He taught you. You taught him that.
Guys,
I'm sorry.
But wait. He walked through dog shit.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
David,
Hi, Martina. Yes, I do remember you at the Wago. I do remember meeting you. Sorry. I just wanted to recognize her real quick. I met her. That wasn't New Year's Eve because I wasn't at the Wago on New Year's Eve. I was at. That might have been somewhere else. That was Christmas Eve, maybe. So I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But yes, like it.
Stop it, Shauna.
All I can hear is David right now, because as you can see, my studio is no longer my studio. And he would bug me. He was the reason I had such a nice setup, because he would bug me and say, you look like shit. You just look like shit. Yeah. He's like, you need to put a light here and put a light in it. I listened to him, and that was his thing. He would help you. He would,
He didn't,
whether you wanted it or not.
He didn't help me with lights, Brandon. He had me buy lights, and guess what? Then he told me to figure it out.
Well, you still have them. Well, I had to figure out my stuff too. I mean,
I know I need a new light. Like, yeah.
You want mine, Stacey? They come recommended by David.
I know I've been doing my research, and I want to get a soundboard, and I want to get better lighting and find a spot in my house. This one seems to work best for my internet, so this might be our new spot.
Well, you could always cut you a cable and just run on Ethernet straight
Oh, that's
straight to that computer, because that's
That
what I'm
we do
doing on
that.
mine.
okay.
I just made a 50-foot, or James Brady made me like a 60-foot Ethernet cord. I can put it wherever.
Well, I know that's what most people say to do direct Ethernet for podcasting. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is not working. Like this sucks what I'm doing.
No, it's fine.
No, it cuts out for me every now and then.
Well, I'm okay with
She
it.
was when she first came on, we could barely hear her. She was like talking, and then you'd hear a couple words, and then you hear a couple words, that kind of stuff. So,
Well, that's okay, because sometimes it's a blessing when she cuts in and out.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks.
What happened?
By the way, Stacey,
Yeah.
I invited Brandon to come up in February, and he's too busy, so he can't come hanging with us.
I am not. I'm going to learn from a
did
master
we pick a date?
woodsmith.
Like, did we pick a date?
I had a date picked out for us. I don't know what you were doing, but you were coming to our
I
date.
thought it was
that I picked out.
January.
No, we're good for January, but I had a date picked out for Brandon to come up, and I was going to make you come.
Oh, okay.
And then
Okay.
Brandon said he can't.
No, I got to be in Illinois. I'm learning from a master woodsmith, and we're only using the old ways, old hand tools and everything.
So Brandon is Jesus.
Cool.
Literally gonna turn into a Keebler elf. Literally.
Sometimes I do think Brandon isn't a real person. Because let me tell you, most of my conversations I have with Brandon are not over the phone. They're not in text messages. They're in my dreams.
Yep. I don't have to call you. I haven't called you once.
No, but we talk all the time.
Yeah.
I'll just he's a wood sprite. That's right. A wood sprite.
I am a woodland spirit. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I am too. Maybe that's why we connect. Because I'm,
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Pisces, some water. So
I'm Pisces moon.
I don't
Virgo rising. And Laurissa, I did look at my chart. There's no Gemini at all in it.
Huh. Are you Capricorn? Is there Capricorn in your chart?
There is some Capricorn. Yes.
That's the other workers that get stuck on
I'm a Capricorn rising, I believe. Hold on. I think I'm a Capricorn. No, I'm a Cancer rising. All right. I have my chart. I have my new
I'm a fish.
I'm trying to get them to plug me, but ritual tarot book, and they put the chart in here. No, I don't have any Capricorn either.
Stop it, Brittany. I'm not playing with these Aquarians.
No, I'm a Virgo sun, Pisces moon, and a Cancer rising. And my Venus is Scorpio.
Danielle, send me some info on the Doss house.
Oh, Santiago is here. Hiya. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad you came in. I was hoping. I know you're working. You're probably working hard, running the place over there.
It's 8:45 at night. He ain't working.
Hey, we're here in the South. We're getting ready. That's why I was 30 minutes late. Sorry. I'm getting ready for this ice storm that's getting ready to hit.
I know you guys are going to be getting it really bad because you're in South Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah,
they're supposed to get ice down there.
The storm's not coming to us now.
Ice.
It's all going south. It's getting a lot of ice and snow and stuff that they're not used to, and they're all freaking out. And yeah.
I mean, we're kind of used to ice because that's really all we really get. But now we're going to get the ice and the sleet and the freezing rain on top of each other. And I mean, it's not going to get above freezing during the day. I don't think so. Yeah, I've been.
Santiago says UPS sucks. I'm here for another hour. Santiago's now in the South. Isn't he in Tennessee now? Don't you live in Tennessee, Santiago?
He lives outside of Nashville.
Okay.
I think you guys are going to get some too, right, Santi? Y'all are going to get some weather?
Danny says, what? How much?
13? 12-ish inches of snow.
What?
In the
South. Doesn't happen down there. That doesn't happen down there.
This is not happening. I mean, look, we hadn't even gotten snow in over 1,000 days down here. It's been like 3.5 years since we've had any snow. We've had ice, but no snow. So here now we're gonna get hit with all of it. So running around getting the old generator set up. But
Yeah. Well, Larissa, where you're from,
Yeah.
you guys get snow up there more than we do because you're like
Oh,
an
yeah.
hour north of me.
In Brooklyn? Oh, here.
No. I'm talking here because you're up near the Poconos.
Yeah. No, we're still 45 minutes from the Poconos.
True. You're Jim Thorpe. You're near Jim Thorpe.
oh, she's all over Jim Thorpe. Oh my God. The
I
first
know
time I
that's where
drove
we're
up
going to
there.
go hang out in Jim Thorpe.
Oh, look, my wife is watching. Hello, Anna.
Yeah.
I know,
So
yes,
wait,
she's been in here.
are we doing the 25th of January then? Did we
I thought you
we
said
land
the
on that?
18th.
18th. Did I say the
But
18th?
I don't know, but I have clients that morning, so we'd have to come up afterwards. And Gary has no idea about any of this.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Like,
Gary,
We're going
you
to Jim
just get in
Thorpe.
the car. Hey, Brandon, you're gonna be here.
Drive.
I'm already looking at my calendar because I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, we got it.
You messaged me the other day. You said you can't do the 25th. I thought you said.
Oh no, I can't. My girl Danielle has a psychic thing at her house, and I gotta go to that. Danielle Taverna.
Yeah. So you said 18th was the only day that you could do.
Yes, I'm so busy.
Because then the
guys.
31st, we're
We're
heading
busy.
down to Virginia.
Yes. I'm being facetious, by the way. I'm really not that busy. Just
Okay,
January
Shauna's like,
is
okay, guys, does anybody else feel like we're watching a conference call?
Yes, Shauna. Yes, we're confident.
I mean, I work in the mailroom. I don't even know how I got the email. So the executives were talking, and then here comes the guy.
Yeah, Alan and Gary, you guys don't need to know what we're doing. You
Alan
just need to
says,
be there.
I have no idea either, Gary. LOL.
yeah, I'm like,
Stacey and I are going out to Jim Thorpe, and we're cordially inviting our husbands. You in or you out?
That's how it's working.
and
Shauna,
this
you're
is
coming
when?
too.
This is
Sean,
the 18th.
hey, anybody in the feed who's local, you can come.
Apparently,
you can come to Jim
Gary,
Thorpe.
I don't know.
That's
I guess it's
what-
the 18th.
Not this weekend, but the next following weekend.
Yes.
Jim Thorpe is an absolutely amazing town. I'd like to do some investigating there. I've never done any investigating there. Have you done any investigating, Larissa, in Jim Thorpe?
Yeah.
I'd like to get in the jail.
You
Not
cannot
for this
invest-
coming
They
out,
won't
but-
let you in the jail. They won't let you in Packard Mansion. They just don't let you in these places. They're kind of greedy that way. I think the Monopoly guy might run Jim Thorpe, but I've been in the hotel, and
I do feel like I'm going to give a Monopoly when you're in Jim Thorpe.
yes. But I got to do the hotel there years
Okay.
ago during COVID. Nobody was there, so they let us in. But I don't know if they'll let you do it now. And I lived in Jim Thorpe I had a lease there for a year. I lived in it for about 2 months before I moved in with Alan, but I had the house for a year. I was not in the paranormal, but if you call being a psychic medium and living in a haunted house in Jim Thorpe investigating, then that counts too.
Well, we stayed in that Airbnb and we had some experiences that night. It was weird. Like there's a
What
lot of
was that
weird
like?
things going on. Like I heard like walking at night because like we were drinking, so it wasn't a night that I was like really like trying to investigate. But I went to sleep and then I wake up and I hear this walking in the house, and I'm like, is the guy here? Like owns it? I'm like, because it was kind of not sketchy, but he was kind of one of them hippie dudes that kind of lives in a cubby hole down in the bottom of the house. So I'm like,
Let's see.
Gnome in your home.
there was
It's
a
my
gnome in the hole.
cousin.
So I'm like, is he walking around? I mean, it was a gorgeous little like artsy place. So I was like going around and trying to figure it out, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I heard scratching on the wall, and it was like this really weird scratchings. And where we were literally where our Airbnb was right next to the opera house. Like we could see the opera house. And then there's across from that, there's a B&B, but then behind that, there's like this, it used to be an art studio and now turned into a B&B. It's next to the Crystal Shop on one of those side streets.
I just love Jim Thorpe. We just gotta go. I don't care. And yes, John, you're not too far. Let's go. Jim
John,
Thorpe time.
yes,
Let's
I've been
go.
telling you, John. that you need to come hang out with us. So,
Shauna,
and
John.
Alan says, as long as there's beer here,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
included.
He can come too. Anybody else in the anybody else?
Oh my goodness.
Jen, let's go. Maureen, she's not even in the comments right now, but she'll be there. I speak for Maureen right now.
She'll be there. She'll be there. I know. We'll just go back to our chat. What was that chat? Like
debauchery.
What was the name? Weekend debauchery. Yes, weekend debauchery.
We can make it happen, girl.
Because and I want to go to that. I want to get like hanging out with people that you get along with, having a good time. That is what life is about. Like that is what I enjoy doing. You know, I do my best to get along with everyone. I want to get along with everyone. Because I see things from everybody's point of view. That's my curse and my gift, I guess you could say. But I'm a social worker. You know, I have a master's degree in social work. I was trained to see point of views and backgrounds and why people behave the way they do. So I just want to have fun. You know, at this point in my life, I'm going through freaking perimenopause. I just want to have fun. I want to hang out with good friends, hang out with people that I have fun with. And, you know, that's what you guys, Brandon, I haven't hung out with you a lot, but the couple times I did, it's been awesome, you know, so.
I mean, and let's look forward to many more. Like I took last year off because I had to, and I went through hell last year.
I know you went through so many things.
Well, there's a lot that nobody knows about that has happened.
Me too.
On top of it. So for some reason at the beginning of last year, I knew some shit was going down. I just knew it. Mm-hmm. So I stepped away, but you know, I'm back in the paranormal now. So we will be hanging out more.
I'm not even, you know what? I'm not even talking about the paranormal though. I'm talking about friends. You know, there's a difference, right? Like I think we can call each other friends, right?
Yeah.
Brandon, I got in the car. Huh?
I do keep Alan up late at night.
Stop it.
Yeah, he says you keep Alan up late at night.
I do.
I got in a car and I drove down to North Carolina or South Carolina. I did not know him at all. I don't know if you know this, Stacey. I did not know Brandon.
Never met me.
Hey, man, want to come down and investigate a haunted whatever? I don't want to give away your case. A haunted whatever with me. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll come. I didn't ask nothing. I was like, yeah, I'll be there. Then my husband's like, you're going to do what at a campground? You're going to go do what with a who guy? And I was like, oh, no, it's Brandon Cooper. Like, he's like, who's Brandon Cooper? Who are these men you talk to in the paranormal? Like, literally, I took Marlena with me. We meandered. I was supposed to, Stacey, this is a true story. Don't ever go on a road trip with me. Don't ever do it. I was supposed to be in South Carolina at like 6 p.m. on one day. I didn't make it till the next day. I stopped at every winery I could find.
She did.
He hates when I do that. I need to go on a road trip with you.
You do. We'll never make it to our destination. Then I made it down to where we were. We had a beautiful cabin where we were. Alan's like,
Jen's like, when is it?
On your vacation with this dude I don't know. He had Rex Nielsen with him. So I'm at this campsite. And meanwhile, though, Anna was there. Like it's just funny because
and you had your own cabin.
Yes, but they don't know. Like they don't, you know, Alan didn't know. And then Brandon, he takes me to where he was going to have his Paracon, the mill. Beautiful location. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. And then
the mill. Is that where
the mill?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And we're in the mill and he walks away from me and there are chickens in the mill. You can't leave me near animals because I was speaking to them.
You can't. No, you cannot.
And he recorded
Shauna, we got to bring her to your house with the chickens.
Speaking to the chickens, and I didn't know he recorded it, and I was so pissed.
Where's Danielle?
I still have this video, by the way.
Show the video. Can you put it up for Stacey to show everybody now?
Can you? Yeah.
Let me see if I put it in here. I'll see if I have it on this computer.
I'll see if I have it on this computer. Moments of my life, and I'm so happy I got to share it with Brandon because I did not know that this effer was recording me, and I was literally bugucking at chickens like.
And I'm doing like a commentary on the video. Like,
Danielle, how many chickens do you have? The first time I went to her house, and she's like, "Oh, I have chickens, and you got to come feed them." And I'm like, "Okay." So I come out there, and I get my worms. She's got a couple of like dried worms, and I walk out there. Oh my God, it was like chicken Armageddon. Like 49. 49.
That's heaven for me. I'll hang with
They
all
came
of them.
running at me, like chickens everywhere, and I'm like, "Oh my God, there's chickens!"
Wait, Brandon, do you remember when the rooster chased me because I crowed at it?
that's what I was thinking about. That's why I was laughing. But this whole time I'm videoing, I just like something like, and here we are seeing a Laurissa Rex in the wild.
I was born in the year of the rooster. Okay. And that is just too funny because who knew I am the chicken whisperer, but I was
while you're looking for that video, I just want to comment. Shauna is saying you need to come to Creepin' It Real. It's in Loretta, Pennsylvania, Brandon. And it's in June 21st. It's a paranormal convention, or I guess paranormal fair, a metaphysical fair. It's going to be a really awesome time. But I'm going to tell you, Shauna, Brandon doesn't schedule anything. He just shows up.
Yeah.
I had it on here earlier. Let me show it to you real quick. If I can get
Brandon,
it on.
find the video.
I'm
right
looking.
here.
I don't know
It's
that it's
Creepin' It Real, June 21st at the Doss House. This is the location in Loretta, Pennsylvania, which is right outside of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. That is the location that they're doing a little Paracon at.
That's far enough out to where I might. I'd never promise, but I always deliver.
Yeah.
But
you can't book Brandon. You just have to like think about him and wish and maybe go hug a tree.
And then I appear.
And give an offering to the tree spirits. And Brandon might
throw a little tobacco down on the ground. Oh, a gnome. So
it's the truth.
Yeah.
But no,
she says you need to come to the farm. She's got chicken, pigs, goats, ducks, turkeys, and horses. Yes.
She also speaks to turkeys. Larissa also talks to turkeys.
This turkey was mean to me. Like, he doesn't like me.
I have it, but it's not on this computer, so I can't put it up.
Oh, you suck, man.
Yeah, well, I've been called worse by better people.
Alan, do you have it? Do you have the video of me talking to the chicken?
It's so funny though, because she's over by one of the oldest buildings on the property, which is the old Pottery Barn. So she's sort of off by herself.
And what state is this in? What state's the mill in again?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay.
It's Haygood Mill Historic Site, Pickens, South Carolina. Please look it up. Check it out.
I've heard of it. I have heard of it. My family's from that area originally. So
well, then you've heard of it. Yeah. Well, because it's been around obviously it's been around since the 1800s, but it's a really cool site. They will work with you if you want to ghost hunt.
Okay.
Like,
All right, Stacey, I'm sending this to you. If you can share your screen and play these two videos.
If you go down and hit present, you don't have StreamYard, do you?
I don't.
She should still have present.
No, I'm sending it to both you, Brandon. I don't have the ability to do it. I'm going to send it to you, Brandon, and I'm going to send it to
me, and I'll put it up.
If you put it up, then I can share it. You should be able to present. So
yeah.
Okay, this is one of the funniest things I have probably ever seen in my life, and I don't care that I'm the topic of it. It's just too much.
So they have way too many animals. You can the full documentary of Larissa on the farm.
I have been working on my
I'm serious. Can you imagine Larissa and I both out there with the animals? Like that is going to be like YouTube, like what is it, fail army or like the funniest videos. Yeah.
Right. All right, we got the video down there on the share screen.
There's the turkey one too. Make sure you show both.
Yeah, I'm gonna play both of them. So let me go back to my other screen.
Oh, okay. It's very small. There we go. Okay.
ladies and gentlemen. This is Laurissa Rex from Paranormal.
You didn't hear it.
Talking to her spirit animal, the chicken. So that would be her. She's over there. Can you not hear it? No, it's not yet. She was peacocking.
I can hear it
with her spirit animal, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day.
Oh, that's you going bok, bok, bok,
Ladies
bok.
and gentlemen, this is Laurissa Rex, animal, the chicken.
That's pretty good.
So that would be her.
So the chicken is definitely your spirit animal?
She's no, it's not yet. She was peacocking with her spirit animal, ladies and gentlemen. Have a
I
great
don't
day.
know. The turkey responds. Wait, play the turkey. The turkey speaks back to me.
Oh my God.
Can't make this shit up, guys.
The chicken is your spirit animal. That's totally
Okay, here comes the
spirit
turkey.
animal. That's in the top of your totem. All right, ready?
You're like, leave me alone.
What are you doing that?
Yeah.
Cute. It did it back to me. Did you hear it?
You're like, leave me alone.
Alan says, best video. Oh,
Whatever.
Oh my God, it was
just
still-
mad you did do it.
It was still playing in my background, and I'm like, why is Larissa's clucking in my background? I don't see this.
All
That was wild.
right. So
Oh, I'm
the
done.
chicken,
I see
you must
have
start
extra
from
booth.
scratch with your emotions to see what lies underneath.
You want to scratch?
Sorry,
you
I'm
wanna
getting like this
scratch
tickle.
You want to scratch this? I don't know, guys. The turkey were slaves.
Therefore, you must ask yourself if you are responding to the circumstances around you from your heart. Or, on the other hand, is your head ruling and allowing you to things to spiral out of control?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's
Maybe.
deep,
Whenever you
though,
find
if you
yourself
think about it.
The chicken symbolizes to take a step back, but it also inspires you that you need to get more grounded in your heart and not so much up here in your heart. And we've had that conversation in here. So, like I
we've
said,
had that
I'll catch your
conversation.
snot any day.
You did
Delicious.
say that. And
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
did.
ew, stop it, Stacey. Ew. I remember that.
Yes.
Oh, God. What a fun podcast you guys do. That was fun.
I know.
Yeah.
And we do. And we divert. This is the ADHD podcast. We get on here. We want to talk about. I don't like to be professional. No, I don't. We don't have our bell. We need to bring our bell up
Another
here.
ADD thing. That's you. You bounce around.
I do.
You have a
I do.
bell?
Goes back to something you talked
Yeah,
about 3
Gary
minutes
has
ago.
a
and
bell
I'm like,
to ring when he needs to bring me back on track.
There you
Um,
go. You
Hit
can get a
this.
what the fuck
But
button.
we do bounce around. But this, I want to make a podcast fun. I want to make it fun for people to watch, fun for people to listen to, not just, hey, this is what I do and this is what I do and come see me here. And, you know, I want people to get the real version of people,
Yep.
you know, and like people are seeing the real version of Brandon and Laurissa tonight. Like they're seeing what's underneath of the, you know, what we have to present ourselves for our business, because we all run businesses,
Right.
you know, and we have to present ourselves a certain way and we have to put ourselves out there. But when we see real vulnerable people, that's when people can feel connected. And that's what I like to do for people. So that's why we kind of go off track.
No.
I like it. That's a
Great.
lot like my old show. It was just whatever. I love it.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was like, Brandon, I need you to, for some reason, I just felt like you had to come on tonight. I don't know why. I was like, if you can make it on, come on tonight. I want to surprise Laurissa. But I also wanted to cheer you up because I knew that you're struggling with this. This is hard for you with David being gone. And I figured this would kind of cheer you up tonight. And, you know, yeah, it might be a
Well-
conference call. Everybody else is watching, but
Hey, you know what? it definitely helped take my mind off of it. I've been running around just preparing for this crap, making sure, because there's still deadfall limbs from the hurricane. So once the ice hits those, it'll probably take out our power again. So, it is what it is. But hey, we made it through the hurricane. We're still making it through the hurricane. So we'll make it through this,
I know you
But
guys
I
are
did
still
enjoy it.
cleaning up from that stuff.
That's horrible.
Well, I was doing search and rescue for like the first month, and it was, it looked like
Sadie
combat.
says we should do a Zoom
Wow.
get together sometimes and just hang out with everyone. Well, I do that with
Okay.
like Sean and I do it. Larissa and I do it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I don't know where you live, Sadie, but you can always hang out. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah,
We
come
never
to
do
Jim
that
Thorpe,
here.
Sadie. Come to Jim Thorpe.
Leave me
Yeah.
alone, Anna. Thank
So
you.
you're home with pneumonia. So we are getting to the end of the podcast, and I know we went all over the place, but I want to get back to who you guys are. Larissa, can you tell people like what's coming up for you? What are you doing? Like we talked about some of the events you're doing, but like what is your mission in the paranormal field? Like what are you trying to do?
So I really, long story short, when my brother died, somebody said to my daughter, she was 5 at the time. They said something cruel, but the tail end of it was, when we die, we're nothing. And my mission has been to prove otherwise. Now, in 2012, when he died, I wasn't in the paranormal. Okay. I had a brief stint with it. Then he died. I quit the paranormal. Okay. I did a little bit with an Augusta team and then left. Okay. I was only with them like 3 months. And then I was out of the paranormal for quite a minute. So my mission, though, joining, now after that, has been to prove that what I see and experience, skeptics and people that, have a hard time accepting, understand that there is something after this. That's what my mission really has been. Will I accomplish that? I don't know. But it kind of shifted gears doing Hell House and doing the research we've done there. We've uncovered a lot in that house. And I think that there's more to even what I've experienced at this point. I mean, right? And there's so much more than we even really know is out there. And I think now my mission has changed to figuring out what the hell's going on in that house. And I point this way because it's like a mile that way behind me.
Yeah.
And
I've been in the house. I did a walkthrough.
Okay, you were in there.
There was a lot of people and vendors there, but I did get a lot of stuff. There's definitely something there connected to the owner. That I picked up on, but we'll talk more about that. I'd like to come out.
Absolutely. And I know you're ending the podcast, but my mission has changed since to
no. Like we're flexible, like in time. So don't stress. We don't have to like end right away.
But I do think that the paranormal theory that I've kind of formulated based on that research, I'm not saying that this stuff doesn't happen at other locations. I'm just saying I've only experienced it at this one. And I've been in a ton of places in 4 years. Don't get me wrong. We've gone everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
And this place has almost every single type of haunting, sans demonic. Okay.
Yeah.
That you can possibly have simultaneously occurring. And that to me is just what else can you possibly get in a location? In the words of Matt Brown, Lee Triana and Matt Brown were there recently, and Matt teaches tons of classes. He's smiling because he knows Matt left that location. Those are two of the smartest people I know in the paranormal. And he said to Angie, this is a PhD level location. He said, this is where you take people to really dig into a haunting. So,
and when you do stuff like a haunt, like what she does, that's what I picked up on the first time I was there. When you did that Paracon, I did a walkthrough, and then I saw your theory on it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like what in here, I'm like, that's exactly what's going on. You just put it into words for myself. It was like, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Like, It really is really cool. And if anybody, I don't know, do you do a video? Do you have like a podcast video where you talked about? I know you do a lot of talks about the
Just
theory
the
there.
library talks. Like you can go to the library tour, the lecture tour. The book is coming out over the next 2 months. I'm struggling, guys. I'm struggling. I'm self-publishing and I'm struggling on where I want to end this book because there's so much information in it.
Yeah.
But it will be out in 2025. I promise. It's coming out next 2 months. But I dig into it.
I know John and I saw your talk live, so we got to see the.
You guys didn't, and you know what? It's gotten better since then because you guys saw me in August.
Yeah,
we got the history on the location right after I saw you in West Virginia. We connected with a direct descendant.
And unfortunately, you can't do West Virginia this year because it's the same time as Jen's Fireland.
So pissed. I messaged him last night. And
I did too, and I was like, "What are you doing? Can you change the date?" But it's not up to him, so he just helps promote it. So
he's like, "You can't do it. You're already doing Firelands," and I was like, "Wait, hold up. I thought he was doing 2 dates because it's such a difference. It's not like he moved from like August 30th to August 1st. He went from August to April. It's huge. It's a big difference." So I was like, "Wait, no, Sean, no." But it is what it is. I'm gonna miss you guys here.
So you're doing a lot of that there, that theory there. You're working on that. You've done some filming too. There's a film, I guess it's like, is it a TV show? Like
it's a TV show, 8 episodes. Santiago is our lead investigator. Dave Childers is a lead investigator. Angie is a host and also an investigator. I'm an investigator, psychic medium, co-creator. And then there's just other cast members, and we bring in special guests, and we've had some amazing.
The Blue Bodie came in, which I'm a total fangirl of hers for a long time. I've watched her on TikTok for a long time.
Well, then I will tell you, she'll be here. She'll be here for an event at Hell House on March 8th.
Oh, okay. Blue Bodie. He likes the Blue Bodie. He calls her the Blue Booty, but
she's amazing. I actually just signed her as a client.
Oh, that's awesome. I just think she's a great person, and I love her.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that show when it comes out.
I am too. It's in editing. Well, it's post-production, and it's just this close. It's this close to get into where it needs to go, guys.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It takes time. It takes time. I understand. I filmed recently and it's still not out. So it takes a lot of time for it to come out. So
this is pretty quick though, Stacey. This is pretty quick. We started filming January of 2024, and here we are in post-production, ready to go to distributors over the next month or so. I mean, that's pretty fast for an amateur group of people, right?
Yeah, it is. It is pretty fast. But you, like I said earlier, you have blinders on, and when you want something done, you go straight for it. You have that determination. I would not have wanted to been your mother because you are, like my daughter, very determined and strong and headstrong, and I'm going to do it. But that's where it's getting you now. So, that's what.
Thank you.
So Brandon, we brought you in as a surprise for Laurissa, but you are somebody too. So can you tell people a little bit about like, where can they find you? What do you do? Like, you just pop up. I don't know. Like,
well, see, this is where I get in trouble because people that sign me to Paracons and stuff, they're like, "Hey, send me your media, send me your bio." Like, I don't have one. I have no media.
No, he doesn't.
I don't. If somebody out there is good at that stuff and would like to write me some media stuff, you're busy, baby. No, you do you.
It's what I do.
I know.
Seriously. Write his, Laurissa. That's your assignment.
Like, okay.
Me and you. Between me and you, we can get it done.
Well, because I usually don't like to pull favors or ask friends for nothing. Thank you. Oh, I don't have one. I'm just an old country boy shaman from the South. I'm kind of
Appalachian shaman.
I'm an Appalachian shaman, Eastern Band of Cherokee Nation. I kind of like a word of mouth shaman. I don't advertise. I don't put stuff out there.
No, you don't. Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people. And they know me. That's just sort of how I roll. I like to make connections before I make. Like if you know, if you're gonna come to me to shaman, I'm not gonna be some show shaman. You're not gonna, you know, or whatever.
No.
I'm gonna meet you first. Like we're gonna meet for a reason, and then
Mhm.
we're gonna go. You know. Now the paranormal side. I am with Supernatural Inc. out of Kansas City. That's with KD Stafford from the Ghosts of series and Ghost Brothers and blah blah blah. We make a wide range of equipment now. We are one of the preferred vendors for Jack Osborne. And you can find us at www.supernaturalinc.com. And then I'll make this quick. This is what I've been really working on for the last year, Veteran Voice Radio. So last year, me and a buddy started Veteran Voice Radio. It is a country station, a rock station that plays nothing but veterans and their dependents. So we've got guys that are unsigned. Matter of fact, one of our guys just cut a single with Dolly Parton that just came out. So that was really cool. Well, the big announcement, that was a year ago. We're an internet radio station. Check us out at www.veteranvoiceradio.com, veteranvoiceradio.com. Can you tell I do this on the radio all the time? Sorry.
I know you're really good at this. Like you're very good at the voice thing. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. Like this is my start. So.
Oh no, this took me years, Lord. Not to sound
I
like
have no issues with
redneck.
vulnerability. Most people know that. I'm vulnerable everywhere. Like.
So here's the big thing. So that last year we started the internet radio. Please check us out. You can download. We are internet radio. You can download our apps on wherever you get your apps, on Apple, on iTunes or whatever. You can get it on Android.
Can you put that in the comments? Like,
I can. Or the best thing to do is check out our website, and then it'll send you to the links. Like if you want our rock station, Ranger Rockwave. We'll do that. So the big news this year, in 11 months, my partner and I are planning the first annual Veteran Voice Music Awards in New York City. It will be at the Cutting Room in Soho.
Oh, I love Soho.
So we will have live performances. We'll have the award show. We'll also have a VIP after party. Tickets will go on sale June 1st.
That's my birthday.
So it is called, the website is Veterans.
No, just Veteran, singular.
Veteran.
Here, I'll put it in the comment.
Stacey, he already told me and invited me to this. So we're just going to go together. Like, I'm just going to make an executive decision. And
can we take the train?
We could do what now?
Can we take the train?
Oh, I wanted to wear a ball gown. It's fancy.
It won't let me. It won't let me post it.
It won't let you. That's why I'm asking you, because I'm doing it from my phone right now. So
www.veteranvoiceradio.com. And then you can see our cool little pop-up that we just put on there that our internet lady, my God, why can't I remember your name? Please don't kill me next time.
Guys, my internet is going to go out.
No.
I don't know if I did that right.
Sorry. Just so you know, it's getting really windy.
Veteran Voice Radio.
Yeah, that's it.
.com. Okay.
The only reason it won't come up as a hyperlink is because you didn't do www.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, that's it. So, guys, if you could, please go check that out. I mean, this has absolutely nothing to do with me, man. I've loved music. I've been in music. I've been a touring drummer in rock.
Right here it
rock
is.
Fans.
Veterans Voice Music Awards, November 15th, the Cutting Room, New York City.
Yes.
Now, is this going to be like black tie affair? So Stacey,
black tie. I'm wearing a tuxedo. Yes. I will be in a tuxedo.
We get to go buy ball gowns.
I know. I need to lose some weight. I'm in the middle of doing that right now because I just got a new location and it's at a fitness center, so I'm working with a personal trainer, and I'm going to lose my 20 pounds.
I am pulling for you, and I'm going to try not to gain my 20 pounds back between now and November. Pray for me. Pray for me.
Yeah, so this is where it's at. It's veteransvoiceradio.com. This is amazing. And I think, like, I come from a family of veterans. Like, I come from, like, that is my, stop sharing. That is my background. Like, that's why I wanted to go in. I just didn't have the bravery for myself. But all my family is. I'm working on my daughter to get in. Like, she wants to go. And what they have done for our country and what we're not doing for them, like, it needs more. It needs more out there. We need to do more things like this. I love it. I love this thing.
And we are almost, once the paperwork gets signed, we will finally be a 501(c)(3).
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
So that's why we don't have any donation buttons up, because I want everything legal, and we've been paying. All this has been coming out of our pocket up till now. So hopefully soon there'll be a little donate button if anybody wants to donate to help musicians. But I mean, I have Jessica Lynch is the former POW, one of my really good friends. She's going to come out there and present. We've got Scotty Hastings, who just cut that single with Dolly Parton. He's one of our guys. He's going to be presenting. There may be some really, really big names that I'm just not allowed to say contractually. But I mean, people are starting to get on board with this thing, and
that's good.
The more veterans music that we can get out there, the better. Again, I don't take a paycheck, and neither does my boss Donald. We don't take a paycheck. We just took out a $12,000 loan, so we're doing the damn thing. But it's worth it, especially come November 15th when we're in New York City.
Exciting. And that's coming off the heels of the Marine Corps birthday, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Right off the Marine Corps birthday. That's what I was going to say. Yep.
And I'm lucky too, because I'm flying up to Soho to stay with
my son is a Marine. My son is a Marine. Awesome. He's in now. He's in right now. So
nice.
Yeah. Well, Gary's son. He's my son too.
I'm going up for Fleet Week.
Get out of here. So who are you going to stay with when you go up to Soho? Because it ain't us. You didn't bother asking me.
I can't say.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you offline.
I'm going to ask you offline. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions.
He's staying with somebody famous.
Yeah, apparently I'm not cool enough for
yeah.
I'm just going to say that this fell into my lap for nothing that I did brought this. It was just all happenstance.
Brandon, you're an amazing creature, and I'm saying creature, not human. But you're
right. You're right.
You are an amazing creature, and people really are drawn towards you, and they feel your energy. So like things don't fall into your lap. This is designed for you. This is all designed.
Either way, it's amazing, and I didn't even know who this dude was. I just thought he was I sold him this dude a Christmas tree. He's like, "Hey, I own a bar in New York City, and I'm a drummer. We got to talk it." And I thought he was some well-to-do whatever. Wow! If only I could tell you.
Okay.
If only
eventually, maybe.
Yeah. Well, you'll see.
All right.
You'll see.
I'm gonna grill him when we're over here very shortly.
Well, it's okay. You guys stay on after I end this, and we'll finish our conference call.
But yeah, okay. It's just so amazing. I want to be able to push out this veteran voice radio, get these veterans out there a chance. I mean, it's some amazing music. Please download and listen, because just listen to some of the stuff we got.
The fitness center that I just joined, that I'm doing Reiki at, and I'm teaching yoga classes at, she unfortunately cannot get any more funding, but she does women veterans. Works with women veterans to help them rebuild strength and feel confidence, and so it was a big thing of hers. It meant a lot to her.
Well, get her in touch with me. I know so many people. Look, I know all the way up to Congress, Senate, and into the White House. I have put my feelers out there for this veteran stuff. I can put her in contact with somebody.
Yeah,
that
she had a whole program, and she runs a horse farm. It incorporated all of this with PTSD and all this stuff, and she just can't get the funding for it right now. The grants. She had a grant, but it ran out.
Put her in touch with me. Easy peasy. No problem.
I will. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Brandon, can I present at your award show? Can I?
Sure.
Can I present? Can I be a presenter?
Alan, I'm with it. You have my vote. We just said Brandon 2028.
It might be, but I also have an iron fist. So that might not be the best thing because I don't put up with well, y'all know I don't put up with nothing. So
don't pick me because I'm nuking everyone.
Yeah, I don't. I would love to, but yeah, no, that's too. Maybe county council.
Okay.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. I always thought about going into politics, but I don't think I could do it.
I could do it, Stacey, because I've been doing it in the paranormal field for 4 years, and I'm rocking.
I was gonna go there, but
yeah, that nuke button.
I'm not gonna go there.
Hey, can my slogan be "Let's go, Brandon 2028"?
Let's do it. And we can play that song in the background. Let's do it.
I'm writing you in. I'm writing you in.
Please listen. Let me put this out there since you said that. If anybody out there is listening, if we have some shit like president picks in 4 years, write me in. I want to see my name on the news.
I know
because they put the write-ins
all
in.
New.
Brandon,
it's all new in 4 years.
Yeah. We can monopolize everything by me going against you, and we're the only two choices, right? Right? Let's do it.
And you know what's funny? That's the way it works, and people don't realize it.
It's so true.
I'm down.
We just schooled y'all in politics. I love you guys.
Guys, before you end this podcast, listen to me. Can we do this? Can we please make a paranormal presidential election? Can we please? I want to do it. I want to run, and I want to see who my contenders are.
I like the idea. President. Did you guys, anybody watch Black Sails? Have you watched the show Black Sails?
No.
Okay. You know Black Sails, in the first 1 or 2 episodes, he's like, I'm the pirate president. Is that Bob Ross? Where's my alien? I don't have an alien. Oh, wait, hold on.
Are you broken?
You need to. Nice.
I have a gnome.
You have 2 aliens.
Laurissa, thank you, Brittany.
But
win, man. We've reached silly, everybody. We have
reached silly. It is 10:28 on a Thursday evening, and we've all worked all week, and it's almost Friday. Brittany says Laurissa 2028.
All right, we're setting it up. We're setting it up. Okay, you get a vote, and then I'm gonna vote for myself. All right, cool.
Yes. Okay. Sounds like a plan. So please, guys, I'm going to end, and I have an outro video. Please stay on if you don't mind. If you have a few minutes, and we can chat after the show. But I just want to thank everybody. Laurissa, I want to ask you: do you have any last words for anybody that's been on tonight, or anybody that will watch in the future?
First of all, Stacey, thank you for having me on. Always a pleasure. Gary, too, wherever he went. I think he went to take a nap.
He's in bed.
Okay. And Brandon, thank you for coming on to help cheer me up and all that. You know, always, I miss you. I hope to see you sooner than November. And I was serious about presenting Brandon. I want to be able to, whatever they do.
Yeah, listen, I've already thought about it. Look, don't you worry, because there's something that's gonna happen for you.
But only if you can go on my back. Like, I want to walk up the stage with you on my back. Can we do that? Okay. Yeah. All right. And for everybody else, we do have events. Go to www.thehauntedmafia.com. You can see the lecture tours where I'm at in New England, Connecticut, Massachusetts, all the way up to Maine. It's free. going to see me speak at libraries, and then in Pennsylvania speaking at libraries about the Waldorf effect, and then a bridge that the tools that bridge two worlds is the other lecture that I do. And then other events. I'm going to be at Yinzer Valley Farms on February 7th. Guys, Yinzer Valley Farms is an orchard. It's a cidery.
Oh God, that's not right.
It's in Western Pennsylvania, and it's haunted. Come out there. It's $25 to come to this event. Like, seriously.
Where is this at?
Western Pennsylvania, Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. It's going to be amazing.
Mount Pleasant. Okay.
Not too far. And then on February 8th, Hell House is doing the only solo investigation that they are allowing for the year. And that is going to, well, as far as I know, it's the only one.
I know. I was looking at that.
It is, you bring your own equipment and you go in. No tours, no nothing. You go in the house. We are capping the attendance at an appropriate amount of people so there won't be noise control. Guys, it's an old hotel. Okay, this is not a small building. This is a big ass hotel, 4 floors.
It is. I got lost. It's big. You will get lost. It's I think between $50 and $125. It's $125 if you want to stay overnight. Again, capping it. The investigations from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. I can't pick you up on the way, Shauna. It's you pick me up on your way.
There you go, guys. But yeah, so those are what's coming up in February, and then we have General Staten Inn Bed and Breakfast in Rhode Island. Guys, that location General Washington was at. Like, we're talking old.
I have a connection with him.
Okay, so anyway, that's our February stuff. I won't bore you. www.thehauntedmafia.com, guys.
Oh, Shauna, I thought you were talking about the Hell House. That's this way, but yes, the other places. Okay, sorry.
Yes, and Shauna, you come this way and you come sleep at Hell House. You come over this way.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you don't want to sleep at Hell House, I live 1 mile down the road. You get a ticket, you go investigate.
We all
Hell House,
sleep in Larissa's basement and get in her hot tub.
Yes, come get in my hot tub.
It's the puzzle box from Hellraiser.
All right, I'm getting off
was like,
here.
I couldn't see it. It's so little. I'm like,
I don't know why you got a puzzle box.
I have chocolates.
Look, this is 100% us, like uncut. I was not ready for a podcast. This is weird. Welcome to the real us.
It is. I like realness, and that is what my podcast is about. It's about real people, real humans, not just about like, yes, we all want to promote our stuff. We all want to be like, hey, this is what we have out here. But I want people to get to know the real us. So yes, thank you guys. And you two are the most realist on here that we've had in a while. So I appreciate that. I am going to what? You're gonna write a book?
I'm writing a book.
All right. I'm writing a book too right now, actually. So that's coming out later.
I don't know. People always have to sell stuff at the end. I have nothing. So starting tomorrow, I'm writing a book.
I know. Right. Well, you did sell stuff, but it was not something you're selling. It's stuff for the veterans.
Well, I mean, I do. I don't have swag, but I do the healings and that. But
you do, and you were my shaman. Somehow he ended up my shaman. Like that. It was meant to be. So
well, and as soon as she asked for it, she got it.
And I'm still. I think the grief lesson is still in there. The grief and law, like there's still. I don't think that's done yet, but
nope.
I think I need to know what the next one is.
We'll talk offline.
So we'll talk.
Yeah.
But thank you all for joining us. Everybody, I can't even express enough how much I appreciate the people that come on here. They watch us, they like, they share, they comment. Any of those things you do just helps keeping this going and this energy going, because what we're doing here is creating a different type of energy, trying to bring out more positive. And thank you, Laurissa. Thank you, Brandon, for coming on tonight.
Sure.
Everybody, please remember to fill your cup first. You cannot pour from that empty cup.